And so we have a very, let's say, unfortunate update from, of course, the second qualifier that was set to happen. The toss has been delayed because there's a nice, pretty heavy outpour, really, if you go by the visuals that we've seen so far. Not exactly the best of things to be happening before a big match. And
Exactly. That is the problem. So what has happened is before the start of the match, second qualifier between Mumbai Indians and the Gujarat Titans at the Narendra Modi Stadium, there was a heavy rainstorm for close to half an hour, 45 minutes. The entire, I mean, you may say the outfield, you may say the pitch, and the 30-yard circle were all under covers. But the good news that we have at this point in time is the rain has stopped. And since this new Motera Stadium has got a very good drainage system, we hope that the inspection and whatever will happen at that point in time, we hope that the delay is not so great at this point in time. So, yes, unfortunate that we have had rain at this point because remember, some inclement weather has been happening in the western parts of India, and that's the problem that we are facing.
not just western parts of India. I mean, we in NCR have been seeing,
Yep.
sporadic rains here or there out of absolutely nowhere. And such is the weather really that it's been this year.
Yes.
But yeah, westerly disturbances have been happening, and we know for a fact that that was supposed to, And to answer Rahul Bide's question, let's see. He says, what if the rain comes again and match doesn't start again? Who will win? Rahul, that's a two-pronged question. First off, you will in fact look. There's no reserve day at
there
all.
isn't a
There is
reserve.
no reserve day whatsoever. So what happens there is there are two things. If the match can't happen, then you will potentially play a super over. If even the super over cannot happen, and that's a big extreme, then Gujarat Titans go through owing to the fact that they finished higher in the league. There's no reserve day.
There isn't. And remember, the playoff time, and down there's a 7:20 inspection. But remember, in the playoff situation, what happened in the past was after 1 hour, you would start losing overs. Maybe in the playoff situation, I think the updated playing conditions is no overs will be lost even after 1-2 hours of it. So 2 hours or 3 hours, maybe you may have a match even at 12:51. Remember in 2017, the eliminator between Kolkata Knight Riders
6 over
and
match.
7 over match. It was at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium. It poured until 11, 12 o'clock. But because the drainage system was so good, you had a match at that point in time, which was a 7 over game. So, in that sense, now there is even more good news that the covers are coming off and the players have walked out to warm up.
So 7:20, that is 20 minutes from now exactly, is when you'll have an inspection. So it does seem likely that you will be getting to know what the match situation is. So I remember we've had a situation like this before. It was the final league match of this year's group stages, which was RCB versus GT.
GT,
GT
yes.
incidentally were involved in that one too. So what had happened then was that the rain had come, but again, because of a really good drainage system, we were able to start by 8:25.
8:25.
And no overs were lost.
Same even for the DC KKR. The DC KKR match that happened at the Arun Jaitley Stadium, there was a sharp downpour at about 6:30 or 6 o'clock. Then it eased off by 7, and then we got a match at 8:30. No overs were lost even then.
Exactly.
So that is why in this case we have been pretty lucky that there have not been any deduction in the overs so far in the IPL when you look at it. Yes, one game unfortunately was a no result, which was the LSG was a CSK encounter.
But that was the only match.
Only match, and it proved to be pretty decisive for Lucknow and Chennai in that sense. So, if we look at it now, the typical Ahmedabad thunderstorm is around 7-ish. It should have stopped, and I think the rest of the days there will be no further rain delay.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I mean, there's nothing happening.
Fingers
in that
crossed.
regard.
So, if you have to look at the weather forecast even for the final, I think we will be fine. There might be an occasional spell in the late afternoon period, say about 4, 5 o'clock at that time. But the new Narendra Modi Stadium has got a superb drainage system, and that is the reason why you can have a match even at 8:20. You are still not going to lose that many overs also. And remember, 1 hour was for the league stages. In the playoffs, it could be a lot more if you want to start losing overs. So that we have to just check. But situation apparently, if it is weather all around, and I think wind toss and bat second.
Yeah, always. You look to bowl first, come what may, because again, you don't really know what the match situation is going to be like. You don't know if there's been any change in the conditions. There's a lot of unknowns. So it just makes sense. And this is where toss will become even more crucial. I mean, we know for a fact that in Ahmedabad, you generally don't mind chasing because it's almost a very good batting strip. And, few times we have, in fact, played over there. Dew is also set in. So you'd never really want to miss a chance to bat second. But I think this time around, too, whoever wins the toss, now it's solidified. You're not even taking taking a chance of looking to set a target. No.
And remember, Mumbai, when they last played here at the Narendra Modi Stadium, it unfortunately, they batted second. But they still lost by close to 50 runs. Because
pretty big loss, really.
Pretty big loss. But although in that match, Nehal Vadera was in pretty good touch, it was the real, if you may say, the beginning of his talent at that point in time. So
his rise at that point was just about started.
Yep. So heading into this match, let us look at the pros and the cons that both GT and Mumbai Indians have. Mumbai Indians on a very slow and sluggish wicket at the Chepauk. Their batting rose to the ranks, but their bowling went next level with Akash Madwal taking 5 for 5.
Exactly.
The best playoff figures in the history of the IPL. Level with, of course, he didn't achieve it in the league, in the playoffs, but Anil Kumble, 5 for 5 versus Rajasthan Royals. 2009 IPL, the first game, the defending champions were really dealt a big blow. So, Mumbai's batting has started to peak in all conditions. And at this point in time, if you look at it, the bowling holds the key for Mumbai Indians, especially on this Narendra Modi deck, where you can get some zip and pace. Because initially, it may then flatten out. But in the initial phase, you'll have some movement. So that's why Mumbai holds some of the aces. But it's again Gujarat Titans. They are the defending champions. They finished number 1 in the points table for a reason. All round, they are the best team.
Yeah, and also in case any of you all are interested in knowing what the playing conditions would be, we didn't mention earlier, but here's the thing. If a 5-over-a-side match has to happen today, let's assume it looks likely we're going to get a full 20 overs because right now the rain has stopped, and of course there will be an inspection in about 15 minutes time of this recording, but let's assume rain plays more havoc. A 5-over per side match can start latest by 11:56 p.m., in which case there'll be a 10-minute interval between and there will be no timeout. Remember, no timeouts. And for the final, by the way, in case you all are asking what the playing conditions will be like with the final, for the final, the latest that a 5-over match can start will be 12:26 a.m., which means half an hour ahead of the 11:56 cutoff time. So they are ensuring that there will be every chance given for a match, at least some sort of a match, some sort of a shootout, super over, whatever it is, to happen.
11:56 then, that is the cutoff for a 5-over game, right?
For a 5-over game. 11:56 p.m. If there's no match starting, then will it potentially go to a super over. Super over is not possible, and Gujarat Titans are through based on their higher league stage.
League stages, yes, because Mumbai, remember, finished 4th. GT will go through because they finished on top
of the group.
But remember, if you look at if there was a head-to-head situation, then Mumbai Indians could have gone through because Mumbai have won 2. They are the only team to win 2 or more matches against GT in this league. They had won one recently in 2022 by 6 runs. By 5 runs they had won it, and then after that they had won this game at the Wankhede. So Mumbai Indians do have a measure of the Gujarat Titans, and remember, it's Rohit Sharma versus Hardik Pandya. Hardik Pandya will know a lot of secrets, the tactics about the Mumbai Indians. He will be aware of it, but Rohit will want to show Hardik that yes, I am better than you. So it's going to be a very, very intriguing clash. But 11:56, so we'll have a 2-day T20 essentially, like what happened in the ODI World Cup. So ODI World Cup semi-final, you are a 2-day international.
ODI, you are a 2-day ODI, so a 2-day, 1-day international. But
yes.
So we know that 7:20 is going to be the next inspection.
Yeah,
So-
the inspection scheduled to be around 7:20. The umpires will take a close look at whatever the playing conditions are at this point. And the outfield seems to be in rather good condition. The pitch was covered. The 30-yard circle is also really, really covered up very nicely. The covers are off. They are all playing. Maybe by about 7:50 or 8 o'clock, we should have a potential start, because
Let's see.
every drainage facility that's there in most of the stadiums, it's improved in a big way. So that's why this is the situation. And as Shane just mentioned, if you want to have a 5-over game, the cutoff time is 11:56. That means by 11, if there is a rain delay, it should end by 11:20 or 11:25. Then and only then you have a chance. Otherwise, you don't have a chance. If the situation warrants a super over, so be it. This will be your first super over in IPL 2023.
It'll be a first super over even in 2022. Remember, last year also there were no super overs.
There were no super
2021 was the last time we saw a super over.
Yep, and that is the thing. But for the final, The cutoff time for a 5-over game is 12:26. Man, why do they even have to make it a 2-day T20? I just don't understand. But yes, there is a historical precedent. What happened in 2017? We saw a 6-over game that stretched on till 1:15. And boy, SRH and KKR really were lucky in that particular match. Because
You had to wait for that long for one to begin with.
no, I think they could have also been eliminated if there was a washout.
Because they had finished lower.
They had finished lower, so that's why. But unfortunately, in 2017, they had to face Mumbai Indians in qualifier too, because their RPS had beaten them in the qualifier. But unfortunately, poor KKR. So that's the reason. So we'll be back at 7 whenever there is the next time.
When we get the next update, we'll be back with you guys live. So stay tuned to Sports Today. Press that bell icon, subscribe, like, share, all of that stuff. See you for now.
See you. Bye bye.